Welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, people? How you doing? It is a great day, and we're going to be talking about money. Yeah, I got your attention, didn't I? Yes, I did. We're going to be right back. Don't you go anywhere. So today we're going to be talking about money, but money, not money that you got in your pocket, like money that you can win that'll probably ruin your life. And then you'll probably be broke all over again. But who knows? You might just be the smart one. And we're going to be talking with Mr. Nieman about that today. Welcome to the show.
Hi, nice to see you again. Okay.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so for people who don't know you, you kind of got to introduce yourself, and you're like an avid author. I mean, you're the one person you're the one person that makes us all smart.
Well, I don't know. I have I spent probably my first 30 years in the advertising business, and then somehow about midlife, I thought, you know what, I need to make a life change. Let me just regenerate my life. And then I became a fine artist and a writer. And I've written 30. I'm on my 31st book now. Wow. So they're fun. They're fun to write. Yeah, it's easy to lose yourself in the middle of writing them.
So tell me, what do you like predominantly to write about?
Well, I write I like stories that are engaging. I've written some children's books, which are, they're just sweet and easy to listen to. I've written a bunch that are some of my art things, and then they're short stories based upon the art. But the novels, I tend to like thrillers. So that's actually what this book is. It's a good family story, but ultimately, as you read through it, it becomes a thriller.
What? So okay. So before we get into this book, so far, which is your favorite book that you've written so far?
Well, I have several. This is one of them. This is one because I was talking to a movie producer who, I have a couple that are in the process of being shopped for movies. I said, you got to check this one out. Everybody who reads this book says this would make a great movie. And I've had fun. I had fun writing it. And the people who read it say, God, that's so relatable, because everybody who plays the lottery or Mega Millions goes, this could be me. I could get lucky. So, and then in this case, they do not get lucky. It turns into a nightmare.
Writing books is like, what does it do for you? I mean, is it like an adrenaline rush when you're done? I mean, what does it do for you psychologically speaking when you've completed an entire book?
You do feel a little bit exhausted when it's done. I do, because when I am in the midst of writing, it's I'm almost manic about it. I try to write almost every day then. And I'm in the process of a book right now, and I go, my God, I probably only have 30 pages to go to finish this thing. And I want to give it a rest, but I somehow can't, because I'm so close to the climax of the book that you want to write every day after day after day after day. So but once it's done, then I take a rest for 3 or 4 months. So, and then I do art.
Wow. Okay. So you said you wanted to change your direction. You had a epiphany, I guess, or something, that idea you needed to change, and you needed to change. This change that you started writing books or whatever you did to change, how did that affect you financially? Because a lot of people are scared to go into whatever they want to go into because they figure, oh my gosh, this is going to really be bad for me financially speaking. How was it for you?
It was not so good. because you're starting over at age 45 or 50. Um, now, fortunately, in my case, and I don't like to brag, but I was a global creative director at ad agencies, and I made a lot of money.
Mm.
And we got bought out. It got bought out again. It got bought out again. And I thought, oh my God, that's enough. And I had 5 kids, and I could never see them. I thought, I have to be home to see them. I was traveling 180 days a year.
Mm.
And I thought, you know what, I'm going to try something new. And I've enjoyed it like crazy. My kids, they brag about me because they like to see the art and they like to read the books. And I love doing it, but it is not, for me, it's not an easy way to make money. I mean, you can get a hit book. I mean, kind of the way to do it is to get it converted to a movie, and then you can make some money with a
Yeah.
book.
Definitely, definitely. So we're gonna be talking about this book. I thought that, most people could handle, winning the lotto, the mega millions, you know what I mean? That
Yeah,
$1 billion, $1 million, but you're telling me that is not true.
it's not true, evidently. Uh, well, first of all, one of the things that happens, and it happens in this book, is you want to keep it quiet. You don't want to blab this to the world, because when you do, all your relatives and friends come out of the rafters, and they want you. They hear that you won, and they want. Hey, how would you like to invest in a roofing business? How would you like to invest in a used car dealership? How would you like to be a partner in whatever, in a real estate firm? And you go, oh, stop it. I just want to enjoy my family and maybe get on a cruise ship sometime. So that's, but it gets to be difficult for people. And for this family, what happened is that they were a very middle-class family in Dobbs Ferry, which is down the street from me, New
Mhm.
York. And he repaired refrigerators, and she was a waitress in a diner. And they just lived a very middle class life. But he would take a ticket all the time, just to because he always felt lucky. And they had a daughter, cute as can be, a 16-year-old girl named Casey, who was trying to be a cheerleader. Well, what happened was his beautiful daughter, who was a respectful, wonderful daughter, she made the cheerleading squad, and she went to a couple of parties. And the first party she goes to, everybody's talking about the winnings, other than this guy Joey, and she doesn't even know Joey. But Joey is a guy who is not even from the school district, but what he does is he does the lines on the football field. Lo and behold, the guy dresses up like Woodstock is like an art community, dresses up like an artist with paint on his face and the whole thing.
Right.
And he's up there, he's walking back and forth, and they think that might be him, but they don't know what he looks like. And there's a bum there looking for a Coca-Cola can that he can get for check it in for a dime. And there are other people. And finally, he takes the envelope, takes it out, okay? And the detective,
Mm.
lo and behold, they do.
Wow. Wow. Well, that is just amazing. I love that. But it depicts the complexities of having a lot of money and everybody knowing about it.
Yes, it does, because I mean, one of the chapters that I enjoyed doing is all of the people calling him to try to entice him to invest in their business or lend them money or do. Once you know that somebody has so many millions of dollars, so you go, well, why not call him? And they all do. Evidently, they do. All these people who win say that's what happens. You get a lot of people calling.
People come out the woodwork.
Yeah. So that's the
Yeah.
book, and it's being shot for a movie. It would make a good movie. It'd make a
Oh,
nice.
yes. I agree with you. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with you. That would make an amazing movie. Wow.
Because
Wow.
it's a nice family. It's a family that gets
Right.
along, loves each other, and are just, tearful for days because they go, we may never see our daughter again. Oh my
Mhm.
God. Um, so that's the gist of that. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. 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 Man, I tell you, to put something like that together must have been like, wow, you must have been chasing too.
Ah, well, I mean, one of the things that's weird about writing a book is you do have to, well, you have to research it a little bit. You can't just wing it. So you have to figure out, okay, what happens to people who win? And I
Right.
mean, one of the things that happens is you gotta put that winning ticket in a safe place. You have to talk to a financial guy,
Yeah.
and then you got to find someone. And these people are just regular middle class people. They don't have financial advisors, but they talk to someone in the town that is rich, and he says, talk to my financial guy. He can maybe help you figure out what to do, how to
Mhm.
invest, how to put some away for your daughter.
Right.
And
Yeah.
none of which he knows at all. Or
Right. There's all kinds of complexities involved when it comes to stuff like that and leaving your legacy to your children.
yeah,
And yeah.
I mean, and if
Yeah.
you've never done it, and I've never done it, so you have to figure, you got to research this and figure, okay, well, so if I go to talk to some financial guy, what would he say to me?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
that's fun.
That's crazy. Wow. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. That is absolutely crazy. And if you have listened, you would notice that I cut off some of the book explanation just so that you would be so intrigued that you would have to go check it out for yourself.
Yeah.
I already know. And I think it's an amazing book and it would be an amazing movie that I would definitely watch. So I want to thank you guys so much. Where
It's
can
also
people find the book?
it's also a good read. I don't,
It definitely is.
you
I
don't
can
have to
say.
wait for the movie. It's um hang on a second. What do I got here? It's Nieman. It's only 100 pages. It's an easy read. It's
Wow.
it's a read that you can do on an airplane. Um, you can buy it at Barnes and Noble. You can buy it at Amazon. Uh,
Awesome.
and it was published by Page Turner, who's a nice publishing company. And
Mhm.
so that's it. But so you you know what? I never know whether things are going to actually turn into a movie. Yeah,
Right.
that's a real roll of the dice. Uh, So if someone is listening to you, they can go, it does sound like a nice movie, but it sounds like a nice, easy read
It definitely
and a
does. At
fun
100
read.
pages, you can read that in one day.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So you can go order the book. It's called Mega Nightmare.
Yeah. And we're going to have that link in the description box below. So, guys, you can go ahead and copy and paste that into your browser. Click enter, and it'll go straight there so that you can go ahead and check that book out for yourself. Mega Nightmare. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. Neiman, for being on my show again.
Oh, you're the greatest. I mean, I appreciate your interview because you always, uh, and maybe you do this with everybody. I don't know how, I don't get your, for some reason, I can't access you. But the, but you always sound so interested.
I am interested because I am truly interested. I love everything that people do. That's the big thing about me. I
Yeah,
was so trying, like you said, you have to reinvent yourself. You have to try something different. So when I did this, I was like, oh my gosh, you're doing what? And it was
mhm.
something that so interested me. It was like, okay, everybody has something that they're doing. And since I'm not the kind of person that really wants to do too much of anything except for sing, I want to know what everybody else is doing in the world. And it truly does interest me because there's a lot of stuff I can't do, but it's still interesting and I love it all. I love it all.
Well, it's funny. I just wrote uh, my autobiography, and one of the things that my last chapter is I let my kids read it. It's not quite published yet, but part of it is it's nice not to just feel in the same rut your whole
Yeah.
life. It's nice to try to refresh yourself and reinvent yourself and travel and be a good American and meet new people, hear different languages, and so, and I've done that throughout my life, you know, because I did advertising, and I was an actor for a while, and then I did magic for a while, and then I did art, and then I was a chef for a while, and then I became a writer. So it's fun to do. It's fun to not be caught in a rut. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is my way of not being caught in a rut. Can you just imagine every single interview is different? Everybody's different. Everybody's writing about something different. They can take you on a different journey. And I feel like I'm there with you and that I'm a part of this. And it just makes me feel good.
Well, that's great. That's great. Well, you do a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different and try something new today. All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.